Today I come to you with the most ridiculous cheesecake I have ever seen, let alone had any involvement in making. Today we're going to be making a Pleesecake cheesecake. Let's go. Yes, guys, today I am showing you just how I received and built this incredible, fully loaded Pleesecake cheesecake. Thanks very much to the guys at Pleesecakes. They gifted me one of their build your own at home cheesecake kits, which you can get in either this fully loaded or pick and mix variety. I will link everything below and I seriously encourage you to check it out. For this incredible dessert to be delivered to your door, you can get all the fun of customizing it and building it yourself for less than £35. It's actually a bit ridiculous. But before we get into all the crazy details of this, let's rewind just a little bit and then let's build it together. So here you can see we have our fully loaded topping pack. Now, when I was sent this by the lovely people at Pleesecakes, I was given the choice between their pick and mix cheesecake or their fully loaded chocolatey cheesecake. And obviously we've gone chocolatey. So you can see in here, we have a package of all your kind of big name chocolate brands. You can see we have Karamak, we have Twirl. Yes, I'm literally opening this on the floor just now because I'm so excited, but I promise I will present this more beautifully in a minute. Also in here, we have some mystery rattly things. It's all incredibly exciting. And we also have, let me dig this out. Here we have the full instructions and everything that comes with this incredible BYOAH build your own at home kit. So you can see we have instructions on how to kind of decorate the cheesecake with that gorgeous frozen ganache we've received, how to drizzle it, and then how to dress it up to make our very, very own Pleesecake, just like the lovely people at Pleesecakes do. I am so excited. Let's go! So as you can see, we have all of our instructions laid out here. We have all of our ingredients. This cheesecake is still considerably frozen. So what we're going to do is we're just going to follow the instructions we got and we're going to build our very own Pleesecake, and I am particularly excited. So along with our nice kind of rock solid cheesecake, we also have all of our lovely toppings here, and I've placed the ganache, which did come frozen. I've just placed it inside some kind of lukewarm water just to kind of soften it up. You can probably see that that's considerably softer now, just because we want it to drip nicely down the sides of our cake instead of in big chunky chunks. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is obviously remove our lovely Pleesecake cheesecake from its vacuum packing, because the plastic ain't gonna be too tasty. Once we do this, we need to stick it to our little kind of 6 or 7 inch cake board here with a viscous spread. It literally says viscous spread, such as peanut butter, cream cheese, chocolate spread, or anything that will secure it to the board. So let's play a fun game of what does Kelly have in her cupboards before we do so. As I am a baker, I do come equipped with tools such as a cake turntable. If you are interested in cake decorating or baking of any sort, make your life easier with one of these. Okay, so let's just pop our little turntable down here. This should just make the whole decorating process a bit smoother. So we have our lovely board right here. Let me go and find a viscous spread. Okay, so lucky for me, we have a jar of Biscoff in the cupboard. So I am going to apply this straight to our board. This is typically a good decorating tip for anything. If you are putting cheesecake on a plate, on a board, even a regular cake, anything like that, sticking something like this down on the board really kind of takes away any of the worries of it knocking about if you're delivering it in a car or if you're bringing it from one room to another. It just kind of makes everything a bit less stressful. So we have our Biscoff here and the remnants of this in my mouth. And we're just going to lift our Pleesecake cheesecake, which you can see has that chocolate biscuit base on the bottom. We're just going to pop it right onto our board there. So I think our next step then is obviously to kind of unsheath this glorious thing from its cardboard packaging, like so, and just unveil that kind of gorgeous semi-frozen cheesecake we have. If you have anything you can smooth out some of these rough edges with, it's usually a good idea. For example, something like a handy table knife can just do the job of kind of smoothing out some of these edges, just where you see any unevenness or roughness. Obviously this will prove a little bit more difficult when it's frozen, but just a good kind of tip to have in your baking repertoire. So our next step is to warm up the ganache, which we have already done, and we are then to drizzle it all down at the edges and the sides of the cake randomly while it's still cold. So I think they recommend to do it from a bowl, but I think I'm gonna go a little bit, maverick and just do it straight from this piping bag. Okay, so I've cut this piping bag open. Ooh, as you can see, that ganache is quite liquid. So I think what we're maybe gonna do is kind of drip and drizzle this everywhere, and then we're just gonna kind of smooth out the top. Now, I may be a baker, but I promise you I am absolutely no expert when it comes to actually decorating cakes or cheesecakes whatsoever. So we can see some of those drips are already trying to kind of escape down the sides. Also want to make sure we have plenty kind of in the center. And then we're just gonna spread that around. I think this is gonna make a fantastic contrast. I think this is gonna make for a fantastic contrast to that salted caramel cheesecake. Look at that drip already. It's so thick, it's so dark, it's so chocolatey. Let's get our toppings on, but not before licking the spoon. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do to save you kind of being bored to death, watching me open all of these chocolates, I'm just going to unveil them just now, and I will be right back to decorate this Pleesecake cheesecake. Okay, we now have all of our toppings kind of unveiled. That chocolate is just setting nicely down the edges. We've got a gorgeous kind of thick drip there. Over here, we have our entire bowl full of all of those big name chocolate brands that you guys have seen many times on the channel. We have Cadbury's Flakes, we have Dairy Milks, we've got Wisp of Gold, we've got Caramac bars, we have fudges, twirls, every kind of major chocolate brand is in here somewhere, and it's gonna look amazing once it's all stacked up on our Pleesecake cheesecake. But that's not all, folks. Inside this gorgeous little kind of retro sweet shop bag, you might be able to see we have some Oreos hidden in here that are going to look fantastic. Oh, that one's broken. What a shame, I'll have to eat it. We also got this cute little kind of tub that I wasn't sure what was inside it. But seriously guys, I wish you could smell this. It's like a combination of Oreo crumbs, fudge pieces, and like Biscoff crumbs. It's gonna look so cute. It smells amazing. So let's just get it on there and get this thing sexed up. So Pleesecakes are kind of known for being these huge towering things, and basically the only advice for decorating this is to start with the larger toppings and then kind of build up with smaller toppings. So I think this is half the fun of products like this. You can really just go nuts. But I think we definitely know that we want some height. So I think I'm gonna make some kind of ridiculous tower structure using these flakes to begin with. This is where you guys see that I'm actually a fraud and I really can't decorate cakes to save my life. I think we might stick one of our kind of Caramac bars down like this as a little kind of foundational support for these flakes that may or may not descend into hell. Who knew that constructing a cheesecake required a degree in engineering? I think I might break some of these kind of in half, like the little flakes, to get a bit more different kind of vibes in there. Yes, let's get some color. Let's get some of those fudges on there. Not forgetting the back, because of course we're not only going to be seeing this from one angle. So let's get some gorgeous kind of gooey effects in there too. Let's get some nice gooey wisp of gold sticking up from the middle there. Little bit of dairy milk around this side. Little bit of Caramac just to welcome in anyone viewing it from this angle. So now we can get started on these Oreos. What's also good is the guys at Pleesecakes have kind of recommended that you can also, of course, add your own favorite ingredients. You could add your own sweets, you could add fruit, you could really add whatever you like. Now, I did have a bit of an awry drip down here, so I'm just gonna kind of cover that up with a little piece of Oreo there. Not exactly according to protocol, but hey, this is Maverick baking. The height on this is just insane. So I think the last step is just to add some of our... Okay, cut. I think the last stage of this is just to add some of our gorgeous crumb mixture that I definitely didn't just drop. And we're just gonna kind of scatter it to give a bit of that color contrast, a little bit of texture, and just to really kind of finish this off, garnishing it like fresh parsley on pasta, but only much less classy. Even sticking some of these little fudge pieces in right where that's dripping. I think that would be super cute. And you know what, guys? I think we're done. So there you have it. We have this monstrous bicep workout of a cheesecake in front of our very eyes, and that took no time at all. The cheesecake arrived completely packaged up with dry ice so that everything was wonderfully frozen when it got to my door. Now bear in mind, I live all the way up in Scotland and the guys in Pleesecakes, I believe, are based in London, so that's a long journey for it to have stayed perfectly preserved for. All of our toppings, the ganache, everything has just worked perfectly, even with my clumsy hands. So we have that incredible chocolate biscuit base, we have that salted caramel cheesecake that's just starting to nicely kind of soften up. We're going to have to wait a little bit longer for this to defrost if we're going to follow the rules for a change, and then we can taste it later on. But I am so seriously impressed by this whole thing, by the amount of the ingredients, the quality of the ingredients, the sheer variety of ingredients as well, the creativity, the fact it can be delivered all in one go. We don't have to go out and buy a single thing. You don't need any special equipment. It's just a good old time, and you can make this into anything you want it to be. You could add whatever sweets you like, you could add some salty things, you could add basically whatever you want to make this your dream fully loaded Pleesecake cheesecake, and I love that. It totally fits in with everything Maverick Baking is about, and I am so grateful to the guys for gifting this to me. If you guys would like to pick up your very own Pleesecake Cheesecake build your own at home kit, I will drop the links in the description box below where you can do so, because it is so worth it. If you're still spending a lot of time kind of indoors, you haven't ventured out much because of all of the nonsense going on in the world just now, this is an incredible way to get yourself busy, to have some fun. This would be great fun with kids, great fun as a couple, great fun by yourself like I'm doing, to be honest, and this is the most exciting Friday night dinner I've had in a while. But yeah, seriously, love this product, and I haven't even tasted it. I think it's a fantastic idea, and I would be happy to recommend this to anyone just because of the amount of fun I've had piling chocolates on top of other chocolates. If you are new to the channel and you have enjoyed today's video so far, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and to hit the like button if you would like to see more videos like this, testing out home baking kits and kind of homemade dessert things, because I'm quite happy to test them and review them for you. But for now, we need to let our cheesecake defrost a little bit, so I'm going to leave it about an hour or two, I think, just to kind of relax, to get all cozy with each other, and we can enjoy some lovely dessert together later. But until then, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you later. So it turns out we didn't actually get a chance to taste this glorious cheesecake until breakfast the next morning, but my word. So even though there was a slight compromise to the structural integrity, as it was a little bit kind of weighed down by everything on top and maybe a little bit too kind of soft in the middle, taste-wise, it was insane. Super salted caramelly. The chocolate balanced it out really nicely. It actually wasn't as sweet and rich as it looked. It was just delicious. So yes, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys for the next one.